My favorite map to play or watch. I'm always hyped to see this come up. And Dignitas flip side, I think this could be an interesting one again. I'm going to side with Dignitas, especially as they get to choose which side to start on, which will be the CT side. This is FlipSide's choice of map. I feel like that gives them a big advantage coming into this one. But for me, this is where FlipSide need to step up, especially Shara and Blade, the two players. I think they both finished with like 8 kills over the entirety of the last map, which simply isn't good enough. They got 6 kills between the two of them on the CT side. They've got to step things up here for FlipSide, but here we go, into the pistol. It was MSL that was the beast of the first 2 pistol rounds. Let's see if he can rinse and repeat here into the third.
Or will it be Tensky? He makes first contact off along with World Edit. Kirby is here helping him out. World Edit down to 22 HP, forced to back off. Basically 6 damage each to the CT players that were fighting there, so they certainly won that exchange. Config has a HE nade. We'll see where he wants to use that. And it's Blade that has a smoke and a Molotov still. Everyone else with Kevlar for both teams. Dignitas have been pushed back to play within the sites.
Memes. Very slow, steady round here from FlipSide. We'll see a lot of pistol rounds from the T's perspective. Just go all in aggression over towards the likes of B. That's what Hellraisers love to do. On the flip side, maybe it's because we'll let it ate so much damage at the start of this round. They didn't want to give any free frags away. The problem is that they're almost playing into this Venus flytrap set up from Dignitas. Only 2 players on A though, so this could be a little bit sketchy for Dignitas unless they can get frags. And there's the first one for Rubino. Eliminates so much pressure, and the second is well. He's looking for 3, and he's picked it up all by himself. The individual performance is real. And a fourth as well. Why the hell not get the ace? Rubino, take a bow, single-handedly wrecking FlipSide.
Wrecked. Can we get a brutal savage wrecked from you?
Brutal, savage, wrecked.
Nice. I never did it, but I wanted to go up to Red Eye and just ask him to say something like diss me, and then just say brutal savage wrecked, so I could just post it on the internet. Never did it. Maybe next time. Well, here's Rubino buying up in full pretty much because of those 5 kills. Quite a bit of money going his way. It'll be World Edit to start off this round, taking down Tensky with a Huandig. And then MSL also falling, had that P90. And could it be FlipSide upsetting again? They did it on Mirage when they were on the T side. They lost the pistol and then won their force up in the second round. Config moving in and also in danger. Doesn't know a player is right there, and it's Bondic that will kill him.
So after Rubino's brilliance, Dignitas have crumbled, man. Like, this is not a round you're expecting to come to the forefront right after that. And Kirby, all by himself. He has the MP7, he's got Kevlar. This is doable to get maybe a couple of frags from this exchange, but it's not looking good, is it? P90 now.
Easy ace for Kirby.
Save? Well, it would be even more phenomenal than Rubino's if he pulls this off, but I think he's actually just playing to save this at this point.
Yeah, and they hear him running around. You can see the player up on the short side outside of bathrooms. Heard the footsteps down, and Blades, yep, he gets curious. He looks down, and he does come away with that kill. It's a team ace for FlipSide as they make the effort to grind out that round and have themselves in actually now a very good position. Dignitas, money broken. I mean, they're going to have to go for a double eco, so they're going to force up here. Even a SMG MP9 comes out for Kirby.
Yeah, the MP9, pretty solid at close range, but you can see the flip side actually not skimping out on any head armor because they realize this force buy is very likely, and that's the way you pretty much lose this round, is if you skimp out on the head armor and you get one tap from one of those pistols. And there's 4 CZs, and we spoke about this before. The CZ, extremely powerful in these kind of situations. So look at how Dignitas have played this aggressively. We said before that they're a very aggressive team on both sides of the map. 4-player stacking connector. However, 1 incendiary, 1 Molotov will ruin the day.
At this range as well, Rubino from stairs fighting up to party it's not going to be great for this weapon. You don't want to waste those bullets early on. They know people are over here in the stairs, so the fire's going to go in. Rubino's down to 5 HP, can't come away with the kill onto Bondic. Now it's up to Tensky and Config. Might end up being Config that finds it. Yeah, he was the third one. He was the trap that is sprung. He peeks out on the long hallway. We see it from MSL's perspective. Marklov just got wrecked, and MSL trying to retreat out of here. He's against 3. He hears the footsteps of Shara, but Shara, crosshair at head level, too quick to react.
Already seeing a much more potent attack from Shara. In particular, came out the blocks very quick. Blade with 2 frags, almost pretty much what they both collectively picked up on the first half of Mirage, which is a sad thing to be saying after 3 rounds.
Yes, it is.
Dignitas with a full eco, though, as expected. Full USPs, no grenades, nothing. This is a throwaway round, and as a result, we like to see this. Just trying something different, trying something out of left field, and see if they can catch FlipSid unawares. This should be just a complete spray down, though.
I mean, Rubino almost had as many kills as Shara and Blade did in 1 round than they did in 1 half.
Yeah, exactly. That just goes to show how poor the Mirage performance was, really.
That's too much perspective.
Yep. That's too painful if you're a FlipSid fan. Here's a buy, though, for Dignitas. It's not going to be fantastic, but again, it's full M4s. I think they are going to be without a kit again, but we already talked about this. It's not the end of the world after the changes came in. I was going to say recently, but actually at this point, it's been quite a while. Time just flies, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, it really does. World did it with that op. I think Dignitas not going for it yet. 1, economy's not in a great place. 2, they don't op often, but I'm sure they will on the CT side of overpass if they need to make an adjustment, if they keep losing out any more rounds. If they lose here, you'll probably see the op come out round 7. Rubino to make first contact here at middle. And who is working with him? Okay, it's Rubino, and then also Tensky is right here. They've spotted 1, and they're immediately going to drop that smoke. Tensky to hold the position, watch the smoke, and it'll be Rubino to drop back and watch out the other exit of the bathrooms as that Molotov will go a little too far. Just warming up the bench there for Tensky.
Absolutely a bit too deep there. And that will put this boost to no use for FlipSid. And actually, they could have been punished severely, and they may very well still be doing so. Oh my goodness, Tensky goes through. You're expecting him to get at least a couple kills there, but it's all FlipSid. 3 kills back to back. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Dignitas maybe slipping to get another round behind. And that's MSL. And Config have something to say about it. MSL does put the player jumping across, but he gets dinked there partially through the trap Config with 2, but FlipSid are on point. A Marklov with another 4K. He got one in the last round, and now this one too. And he's padding those stats. 9 for 2 right now.
Yeah, Markelov was massive performances in that first map. Starting off very strong here. I mean, he was the only person with a double-digit kills. I think he had a positive KD at one point, even though they were getting wrecked. He also performed well at the major. He was certainly playing the best that he's played in a long time. Looks like he's continuing to do so, and maybe it'll end up getting them through overpass and onto Inferno. Rubino playing close. World Edit will win out there, but the trade comes in from Kirby with that yellow jacket. It stings.
Certainly does. I think that's one of the issues for FlipSid as well. That, as you said, Markelov has had a couple of huge months in CS, like really having a bit of a resurgence, but then FlipSid struggled to get a couple players going. It's either Markelov or it's World Edit or it's Bondic that step up, but you're never really having all 3 at the same time. That's where FlipSid definitely could cause upsets. Maybe this is where they start to turn things around. Dignitas though is still in this round. It's a 2-player war so far. Casualties, and Config is there as well on Bondic. Oh! For another one, he dinks him to Shara and pulls himself back. Oh my goodness, CZ is so disgusting.
Yeah, I can't believe, was that Bondic from the squeaky door? Just kept holding that angle, and the mobility of that pistol, just doing those quick peeks with the counter strafe, tap, tap, tapping away, took him down pretty much for free. Then that second dink was insane. Another player getting low. Look at their HP. Everyone in the red for FlipSid. Kirby lining him up and shooting them down. Config in the pit with the nade out. He will get checked. And he has a nade out because I'm pretty sure he was completely out of ammunition as Kirby gets a 4K and Dignitas stealing away around there.
That was just straight up Config's round. He only gets himself 1 kill in that round. It's Kirby that came in to pretty much clean up. But Config got 3 dinks.
Yeah, he had higher ADR.
Exactly, and that kill from Bondic, that kill onto Bondic, as you said, who just kept looking at the angle. For me, that was the determining moment there. So Config certainly deserves a lot of the plaudits from that one. But Dignitas do pull it back, just about scraping by. Not sure what this timeout's all about. I assume that it's a technical rather than a tactical at this stage of the game.
Yeah, more than likely. We do see that op come out, though. And, I mean, it's not unheard of for Rubino to take it. And as we do see from Kirby's perspective, Rubino has that spawn to go out to middle. So he's got the best spawn. I'll take the op. He does op occasionally. MSL also in this match we called him the Pistol God because of Mirage, but didn't work out here on Overpass as Rubino got all 5 of those kills, and MSL still sitting on a goose egg right now, hoping that it'll hatch and turn into a beautiful little 1 relatively soon.
Well, that's the thing with Dignitas, and we did kind of touch on this on Mirage as well, that MSL's probably who you consider to be their AWPer. He does pick up the AWP more often than not on maps like Mirage, but they're not a team that has an ironclad AWPer like a World Edit, for example, like a Smiths, like a Kenny S, where you're expecting them to pick up the AWP whenever they can. That's not really Dignitas, and that does give them some versatility in rounds like this, where they can play more off spawns. They have 2 or 3 players that can actually use the AWP to a pretty high level, so let's see if Rubino can make it work for himself now. As he said, he's got the perfect spawn towards the fountain, and he's going to be popping up onto balloons. There is going to be World Edit there. Who's going to get the best of this trade? Oh, it's going to be World Edit, actually, who was spotted just a millisecond beforehand, but that's a big pick, and those are the kind of shots that he was missing on Mirage.
All right, well, it'll even up as MSL. He was jumping over in B and did spot Shara making his way into construction, and looks like MSL then won the battle later on, surviving on 19 HP, so it's 4-on-4. But, you know, it's the terrorists. They'll take that, and of course MSL is low, so it's still going to be FlipSid's around. Nice flash. That's going to blind Blade, but he was close enough that he's not been spotted by Config. Bomb's still down, back what looks like towards T-spawn. So FlipSid playing this one slow.
Yeah, it's kind of a declaration of intent when he dropped the bomb back there. We're looking for a pick. We're not going to give anything away just yet. We've got plenty of time to play with. Let's whittle down those seconds. And because they have still so much utility to play with, you could see that set play come to fruition. MSL up on the jump. Angle. You're not really expecting that. It's an off angle in the purest sense of the term. We'll let it up. Oh, he does get the leg shot onto Config, who, what? Config still gets himself to kill afterwards onto Bondic. I was sure he'd get traded out straight afterwards. It's a 2-on-2 now, 30 seconds left. Looks like FlipSid will be able to get this bomb planted, but look for the snake in the grass. It's Kiabi. He could look to push his way through short. This is going to be rough for FlipSid. There's so much time that's being eaten down right now, and that missed shot from World Edit could be the determining factor. Markov down 1v2. Can't get it done.
Yeah, so World Edit is low, and he has the op, so he wants to be the sniper support to watch the window. So he passes the bomb over to Marklov, who goes into the site, but it's immediately Molotov. The nades come in, so he's like, you know what, screw it, I can't plant here in the open. So he jumps off to just clear pit, and then at that point, World Edit gets double peeked from Graffiti and Sandbags. He goes down, and then Marklov's just in a terrible spot because he's not on the site anymore. Can't plant, can't get out of the pit. And Dignitas take away another round. Rubino will stay on with the op, and Dignitas within 1 round of tying it up.
Another one. Let's see if FlipSid can bounce back, though, with just 2 P250s. I mean, I've seen crazy things happen in Counter-Strike, but man, oh man, is it unlikely. Oh, Rubino! Did he have that classic moment with
Forgot to
you
shoot.
switched your weapon too soon?
Yeah.
Because he should have been shooting there. That should have been a clear-cut kill for him. It's probably not going to end up bouncing back because it only really Glocks at long range, which does absolutely nothing. But there's a Deagle. So hold the phone for a second. If FlipSid could get this bomb planted, that could actually be job done as far as they're concerned. But actually, Blade goes for the hyper-aggression, trying to get up in the face of the CTs. I feel like the bomb was there to be planted, and you want that guaranteed economy rolling over. For me, it's a bit of a missed opportunity.
That op was Markelov's Dragon Whore. I like it. It's creative.
Nice.
English, not even his first language, but he's coming out with these dank memes.
So here come FlipSid again. After just 2 P250s, they'll be looking with the full AKs. Let's see what they can get done. And what we haven't really seen from them in either map so far is a very aggressive round where they just sort of push in and rush like we saw from Dignitas so many times. And this is giving up a lot of the map. Like right now, if you're seeing how the 2 teams are setting up, if you didn't know anything about Counter-Strike, you think that Dignitas were the aggressors. You think they're attacking the bomb sites because they're constantly pushing into Connect. They're constantly pushing through Bathroom, and FlipSid are just sitting back and waiting. They're sacrificing so much of the map right here. Rubino misses another shot there. It's a big one. Finally lands it on the Bondic.
Oh, man.
2-for-2 trade. Oh, my goodness. It just went horribly wrong for Dignitas. Suddenly, it's all Rubino out of nowhere.
And Rubino, like he spotted the player in party, but there's nothing he could really do about it. Just seeing the AK, you know where the person is behind the wall, but, you know, the wall pen, in CSGO, not what it was in previous entries of the series. So he's just sitting there defenseless while his team just gets slaughtered, and it leaves him in a 1 versus 3. He knows this player's to his right, and so does that player, as the scope is going to make that noise. World Edit knew exactly where Rubino was coming from at that point, and he will win out.
Like another cruise control round for Dignitas, and then suddenly 4 players all fall in what, a second or 2 seconds? That was pretty ridiculous. The force buy for Dignitas. It is bare bones though. Scout, CZ, FlipSid. If they win this round, Dignitas will be into eco territory, so this could be the moment where FlipSid look to get revenge from Mirage, where they ended the first half at 10-5 down on CT side. Maybe this is their moment to return the favour.
Well, Dignitas are still going to be somewhat dangerous on this round. Rubino, that'll be his one flash that he uses, and we see he's got that CZ. There's still an M4 on Config and Kirby. That's definitely going to be the scariest factor if you're FlipSid. Tensky with the Scout, I mean, Scout headshots that can happen, and the FAMAS on MSL will be taken down. It's Shara that finds the headshot. And Kirby spotted at Bathrooms is going to put a flash in, maybe a nade. Tensky up on the flowers here at Long, now trying to get the jump scout onto World Edit, who's holding out behind the rock. Kirby's looking for this kill, and he will find it. Blade is there, also taken down, and Rubino has struck gold with the CZ. He's brought down Markelov. It's Bondik and Shara. Bondik getting tagged up from behind. Spins around, but can't hit the 180 shot onto Rubino, who's coming up the stairs. Brings him down with the AK, and now Shara. $ in his name and a lot of money to make if he can get all 4 of these kills.
There's the element of surprise, but the downside is that the bomb has been dropped and the CTs know it as well. So, you know, he has to come over to this side of the map, and in doing so, he's giving his backup as well. He's giving his position away. He has 2 tag teams to contend with, both from opposite sides of the map. Can he get any kills? Kirby is low, but there's the AWP, and Tensky will make it count. So, coming into this round, Dignitas had a bit of a rough buy, but coming out of it, it's solid. AWP, AKs, and on FlipSid have their backs against the wall. They have a decision to make. Well, that it could go for a weapon here if he wants to. We saw Bondik do this on Mirage as well to equalize the economy. Give them at least 1 power play. But with him being the AWPer, I feel like he's probably just going to stick, yeah. Just gets the Deagle instead. This means he can get the AWP in the next round instead, with AKs to back it up.
And so many rounds just so chaotic out there in the middle for both of these teams. And we've traded a few back and forth that maybe shouldn't have. I mean, Dignitas were certainly at the disadvantage there in terms of equipment value, but they will pull out that round. And Markelov, yeah, FlipSid, given a lot of room to work with here. Team Dignitas will respect, you know, I guess the close range potency of some of those pistols. So they've just backed off to hold the sights. But now it's MSL standing his ground. 7 bullets left, 2 more players to contend with. Please don't repeat that. Yeah, he'll just back off. No need to get hungry with the frags. Config can move in, and I mean, you don't want to lose an AK on the CT side, and they won't. Kirby gets very, very low, both him and MSL on 4 HP.
I guess the thing that's constantly in the back of my mind, though, is it's hard to get too carried away from this from FlipSid because they're so poor in Inferno. Other than a close map on against Fnatic, where they lost 16-14, they have got terrible stats when it comes to Inferno. They're 1 for 10 over the last 3 months. You know, we discussed this before, so it's like, yeah, Overpass, maybe they can win this map, but then you look at the bigger picture and it's just like, oh, Dignitas should definitely have them on Inferno. But let's see if FlipSid can at least pick up 1 map, and maybe they will cause an upset and take themselves to London, knocking Dignitas out. By the way, Joey, do you know if there is another chance for Dignitas or FlipSid, or is this literally go big or go home?
I am unsure.
So I wasn't sure if there's a lower bracket system in there.
No, there's no lower bracket system, but there is going to be one more. There's one more bracket right after this that we're going to fly through in the next week or week and a half or 2 weeks before we go into the event, which I think starts the 28th, I want to say, 28th of April. So yeah, there is still one more chance for either of these teams. And Hellraisers, I think, are also still on the hunt in that next bracket as a contender there.
Right, gotcha, okay. So obviously both teams will be focusing 100% onto this map, just take it home as soon as possible. Double stack. The boost to Rubino. He does pull the trigger, lands himself the shot. Config elsewhere on the map, though, on Monster Tunnel is going to do his business, and that leaves FlipSid in a pretty precarious position here with World Edit and Markelov. Make it Markelov. He has been the standout player today for FlipSid, the guy who really has been landing the kills, but a 1v5 with 34 seconds, I just don't see it happening. Only a flashbang to his name as well. B would be the correct site if he goes for this one. It would effectively be a 1v1.
But Config's smart, right? He's going to post up here in this corner. That'll give him very, very early information. The flash comes over. He can already call for the rotate, and, you know, he loses that. There's probably a good chance the bomb can't even be planted, but Config wins it anyways, so there you go.
Yep. His FlipSid back into pretty sketchy territory, but I've got to give Dignitas some praise here. They were 4-1 behind at one stage, and they were 5-4 behind, and now they have somewhat stabilized at 7-5, and they could very well move towards double digits. His FlipSid will have nothing in this round other than a couple P250s, 3 P250s and a flashbang. It's not a great deal to work with. Where is that flash going to get pushed? Typically, when you see a setup like this, you're expecting a lot of charge together, but looking at how FlipSid oh my goodness, I was about to say how they're split up for one another. As the grenade goes into short tunnel and just wrecks Markelov down to 15. That's a well-placed nade, and he gets finished off from Kirby. It's a bit of a head-scratching setup for me from FlipSid. You only have a few P250s and a flashbang. Why not just stick together and try and make something happen as a 5-man unit? I feel like splitting up here is kind of pointless.
Dude, when did they add Taco Bell Twitch emotes? Are you seeing these?
I did now, yeah.
Those are
Nice.
sick. Also, those are more important than around like this. Maybe. I mean, it could still get potentially dicey. Config, if he didn't come away with that first frag, they're in kind of a rough spot, but he will find one. Bonek's got a bomb and an AK now. Kirby. Oh, okay. Rubino actually up an A site with a CZ peeking out from the sight box. Will shut down Blade. And Bondik will back off. He does have the bomb, so maybe there's still a chance. So he has plenty of time to work with. He's going to go up long A. Definitely going to be undefended at this point. You can make sure of that. He's hoping that he can win this round as he has that knife out. Oof.
Oh, well, nope. And someone just said before, there's no veto process, it's all random maps. That's not true, boys.
That is...
There is a veto process.
No, that's true.
Yeah, confirmed Kappa. No Kappa, Kipo.
There's no teams either. We just put all the players into a pool, and it was randomly Dignitas on one side and all of FlipSid on the other with these maps. It was pretty crazy how it worked out.
The only random thing about the veto is the third map. That's randomited, but the rest of it is veto. So both teams get a ban, and then a pick, and then the third map is randomly chosen for us. I think the map random potential was Train Inferno, or
And
Cobblestone.
Cobble, yeah. No, I think Train was banned. It was definitely Inferno and Cobble. I'll check. As it looks like
Cash. It would have been
Dignitas.
Cash then. Yeah, Cash was in
Yeah.
randometer then. Yeah, my bad. You know, FlipSid did go for a buy-up, and so far so good for Dignitas, although two of their players are low. And Markelov's managed to sneak his way onto the site to get the drop onto MSL. Unbeknownst to him, though, two players on long, and look where that bomb's dropped as well. That is rough. That forces FlipSid to split up for one another and try and pick that bomb up and see if they can get something done. They may just try and play the time here as well. Second frag for Markelov.
Still have a chance. Look how low those players were. Tensky was one of them. Config also low. Could fall on the shoulders of Kirby here. Oh no, Kirby's been spotted. That's full HP. Bondik will just take him down from behind. And now Config on 20 HP. Doesn't even know where that bomb is, right? It hasn't been spotted from the CTs. We've seen how patient FlipSid are with that bomb, just dropping it back there, but then they started going. Suddenly they're on the sites. They don't have the bomb. Bondik taking his time and trying to go back for it. Meanwhile, there's still potentially a battle here on the A site. That'll be 1 versus 1.
What M4 is this? Joey, tell me.
Oh my god. Are you memeing me? Because like I called this the wrong skin one day, and Twitch chat made fun of me for like 6 hours straight. It is Daybreak.
There you go. I think it's Config that's meaning. It's the name of his weapon.
Yeah. No, I just thought you knew that I screwed it up. And we're just... It's Bullet Rain.
Oh my goodness. Kappa.
It's TB Taco left, TB Cheese Pool, TB Taco right. I think that's the skin.
Last round and a half. Both teams are going to be coming into this with a fairly solid buyout. AWP on Rubino, no AWP on FlipSid. Haven't really had the economy to support it the entire game so far. And again, it's going to be a connector charge, including the AWP. This isn't a terrible position for the AWP actually. Look up onto balloons, and FlipSid have typically gone there. Trade out. Avenge frags always a key aspect of Counter-Strike. And Dignitas get it done, but Rubino misses the shot. Can he get the second one? Yes, he can. He could go for a third, but he's going to get shut down in his tracks, and that's on Kirby. We've seen him clutch already today a couple of times in 1v2s. He should get the drop onto Wall Edit, who's been put down at 54, 54, pardon me. But now that Kirby's position is known, it looks as though FlipSid will just charge their way over to A and get that free plant.
Still some potential. The bomb has not got there yet. Kirby's rotation is going to be faster. Welcome to Overpass. Molotov to go out, so look at FlipSid, some information. They know he's coming up from this side. Oh, Molotov into the bank. And, oh my god, there's broken glass and fire everywhere. Except for here. He goes up the stairs, and it's actually pretty clear. Peeking over that green bin, and it's always a hard angle. He's got them both on the site. He knows that they're there. Markelov could only have been planting, but it won't matter. He tries to peek to the side of Optimus, and Markelov will take him down. It's 8-7.
Someone in the chat, what health is this? Wow. Brutal. Savage. Wrecked. 8-7 though, yeah, this is a very even matchup so far. I would say that Overpass is like a 9-6 half to the CTs. I think it's pretty even overall. 8-7, 9-6. So neither team's going to be too disappointed with this one. I suppose out of the two teams, FlipSid may be a little bit more disappointed because they had that blistering 4-1 start. But again, it's Markelov that is leading the charge on both teams. Look at his amount of frags, man. He's double anyone else on his team. It just makes you think if someone else stood up to that kind of level, what kind of position they'd be in right now.
Well, it is a pretty similar pistol round again in terms of the buys. You know, we've got 8 Kevlars, so that means Blade with a defuse kit and 2 flashes here for the side of FlipSid on the CT side, and Rubino on the terrorist side with a smoke and a flash, as well as a P250. So we'll see what they can do. Coming through Monster, it's a Glock from Kirby to find the entry. Tensky following it up with the second one, and there were 4 players here. 2 at Monster, 1 in the window, and 1 at Graffiti. They were so ready for this. Bondic had pushed up middle, is coming in quick on the flank. 3 frags up there for FlipSid. MSL taking a long and prolonged battle to the player on Graffiti. Finally brings him down, and it falls into a 1 versus 1. Bomb is planted. Why is Config drifting out in the open?
I have no idea. He must have known that World Edit was up there, right?
I think. I feel like he was spotted. I mean, World Edit killed 3 people. He couldn't have been that secretive about it.
Because the only thing I can think of is that he goes looking because he wasn't sure World Edit was, but of course he should have known. So I have no idea. That is a head-scratching moment. The thing is, though, I feel some players are very reaction-based. Like, they have the Twitch kind of aim. And therefore, those kind of prolonged 1v1s where they start to get mind-gamed out from the likes of World Edit could kind of work against them. So maybe Config's of the opinion that I just need to go for this, right? Like, I need to just go all out, balls to the wall, see if I can get that one tap because I'm so confident in my own ability to get those shots. That being said, though, it's an all-out charge. This is what I was saying from FlipSid's perspective. It hasn't really worked out for Dignitas, but this does keep you in 2 minds from a CT's side, that you're not sure if Dignitas will go for the alt rushes, and therefore you have to start expending smokes and incendiaries in the future to the likes of Monster, and then it allows Dignitas to start playing the mind games with you. Because FlipSid was so one-dimensional on their T side, I feel like that really did hurt them in the end. But either way, they have managed to navigate their way through a 9-8 lead, but Dignitas now with the AKs will be bouncing back.
Yeah, the scary thing here is that World Edit has already got that op, and that could just shut them down. There's not too much utility here for Dignitas. What, smokes and flash on everyone? Actually, Config doesn't even have a smoke, or he just threw it already. So they've pretty much got 1 go, and it'll be Shara finding a double. Blade is taken down as he comes through construction. Markelov going to fall as well. Shara finding his 3rd kill. World Edit did get 1 op frag there onto Rubino, and now Tensky coming through Monster with that AK. He brings down Shara. And it's Config 1 versus 2. I think he just heard that op ring out, so he should be somewhat aware that World Edit is on his left, either in construction or working around Monster. But Bondic, the man unknown, just coming up that catwalk.
Looking a whole lot better for FlipSid. That's exactly what they were looking for. World Edit retained his AWP as well, so the most financially crippling weapon is still in their hands. Now, Dignitas could go for a half buy. Looks like that's going to be the case. Gives them a couple of Tech 9s, a couple of Deagles as well, P250, and Config with that Tech 9 with the armor. And again, you can see the differences in strats between the 2 teams. It's a very unit-based strategic play from Dignitas in these pistol rounds. They like to stick together. That flash comes through, but the bomb goes in first. It's been dropped to no man's land, and that should play into the hands of World Edit. There's 2 kills for him. It is an eco bash, so it's hard to get too carried away by this one. But FlipSid, you can only beat what's in front of you, and so far that's exactly what they've been doing. Bondic is lurking in a bathroom, should get the better of Kirby, who walks by and just wrecks him, takes his head off his shoulders. Conflict should fall down afterwards. Indeed he will, but now Kirby has the AK-47 in a 1 versus 2.
And that's what happens, right? They're like, oh, they've got pistols, so everyone's standing their ground and just taking these shots out in middle. And then they didn't fall off after that. They just stayed close, and then the pistols run in. You round a corner like that, you get tapped in the head, you're dead. That's how it works. A little bit of complacency, I think, from FlipSid, and that's probably not cost them the round, but it has cost them a bit, right? It's going to kind of stifle their economic growth going forward.
That's it, yeah. On T side, it's really important that you battle for every single kill you can, because as you said, you can stifle the economy. You can really hurt FlipSid here. Even if they win the round, you can still dent their confidence. You can dent their bank balance. Kirby is still in this. We've got a bunch of clutches on Mirage. The aim punch there, he had to work against, wasn't able to do it, but there you go, 3 kills. They have, however, picked up the AWP, and that is certainly one way to mitigate those issues, but it was only a half buy-in for Dignitas, so there are AKs coming right back into this one, so the pressure has not been lifted just yet from the Danes, plus Norwegian. I said
Nice.
days before, someone was like, actually, Rubino's Norwegian, alright, mate, alright.
I mean, majority rule, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted to be called the Norwegians, then maybe you should have joined a team with all Norwegians. World ended up here in Party. Will bring down Config early on, and he's always going to hold it, but they push through the smoke. Bondic is there to help him out. He's gone down, and it's Kirby from Party with the AK, finding both of those kills, opening up middle, and Tensky, hello. We come now to Tensky in Connector, who has just sprayed through a smoke and killed a man. 2-on-2.
Again, swings and roundabouts there. Dignitas looking dead and buried, and suddenly just a triple spray down comes in. Right back. The tag team duos. Dignitas, I correctly called that B should be right for the taking, but Shara there actually gets the trade-off. He's down to 16, but his work is done. That smoke actually benefits Tensky, I would say, more so than the CTs. They smoked it off, but it was too shallow, so it was on the wrong side. That was a bit awkward. The Tensky picks up the bomb, and now he's in a 1v2 with 50 seconds to spare, so we're almost in an ideal position for this clutch to come in. We saw Kirby trying this one without the Kevlar behind it. He wasn't able to pull the trigger and get the clutch, but this time, Tensky's in a pretty solid position. It looks like FlipSid are happy enough to stack on the B site for now.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're stacking on the B site, but time is, slipping away here. I think at some point, I wonder if they'll spread out and go 1 on A, 1 on B, or if they'll just stay together. Either rotate up to A together, stay on B when it gets planted, retake together. Oh, the smoke coming down onto the B site. That's going to bring Blade back. Oh, actually, maybe they did realize that it came from over the hedges there. And Blade, oh, he spots this man trying to plant the bomb. Tensky didn't expect to get flanked that fast, I think.
Yeah, unfortunate. But again, FlipSid just about scraped by. But you can see the damage that these constant 3-4 man rebuys are starting to have. Blade has no money left. Bondic $700. Markov $1,250. Obviously, that will change after this round ends. But Dignitas must know that FlipSid are on the brink of a financial collapse. So these AKs and Tech 9s could still prove to be vital for Dig. Look to push in. But again, FlipSid have the AWP, they have the M4s, and plenty of utility to play with. All out push through long and bathroom.
Yeah.
Blade would have been worrying a little bit there. He must have known he was going to get chased down. Rubino looks to the charge with the Tech 9. Can't really land anything for his troubles. But here comes the charge onto the A site.
They're actually smoked off themselves. That smoke that they put down on the backside of the sight box has just lets everyone run out of long for free. Rubino in the first kill at the Tech 9. Config following it up. Rubino, as he's jumping over Optimus, will get shot out of the sky. Rolled at it with that frag over there from the green bin. Markelov posted up in bank, but the bomb has gone down, and the Dignitas have already slipped away into post plants. Config, I don't think you even need to try to leave the site, buddy. Just stay here. Buy that time, and okay, well, you're gone now. World Edit will take you down, but now they know what World Edit is. He's in bank. He's taking him out one by one. He's got 3 kills left to ace. He shoots through the middle of the box and nearly could have killed somebody, but it's Kirby in the end who peeks out and will take him down. Dignitas, they were kind of low on funds there, right? Rubino didn't even have a rifle, but the strat just worked out. They went up for that long control, and FlipSid had no one playing there.
Yeah, and they went for that buy. It's kind of twofold. One, they had the round loss bonus coming in, but two, they knew that FlipSid, as I mentioned before, taking 3 or 4 players down for the last 2 or 3 rounds, that is going to eventually hurt you. It's the longer game that you're looking out for from a team's perspective. So now FlipSid do have to tap out of this round, and only 2 P250s in play. So only $600 put into this one. So there is the curse of the CT side coming to the forefront here. FlipSid Need to be careful. Bondik's going to charge in. Tensky knows this one. That's a good read of the game, knowing that it's likely going to be an eco. Just wait back, bide your time, wait for the CTs to hang themselves. And Dignitas proven to be the executioners here. And, well, they are going to be pushing on to A, it looks like. No, Connector.
Seems
They're
like
still taking this very slow.
Seems like Overpass would be one of the easiest maps to hang yourself on.
It certainly would, with those bridges.
Yes.
Alright, suddenly got quite morbid and dark.
Why didn't they call it Underpass, though? Is my question.
That's true.
They could have called it either, right?
Where's this map based? It's based in Germany, right?
Yeah, there's a couple elements of like 3 cities in Germany. Like the TV tower that's in the distance is like the Nuremberg TV tower, but some of the other stuff is from a smaller town. I think one of the signs even says it. I'll waste the time and fly over there real quick. I think it's this one? No. Kinderspielplatz Hundenverbot. Aw.
You what, mate?
Is that the player or the dogs? Just kidding.
Yeah, they named after the player.
It means dogs forbidden in German, but kind of sounds like Hunden.
Alright, so connector control again for FlipSid. But they are low on utility. Very little grenades to play with, and they have conceded the first frag as well, so the woes continue from FlipSid. We're looking so strong just a few moments prior. Dignitas do take quite a bit of damage in the form of config, but FlipSid now, this is almost worst case scenario when you have lack of utility, that you need to keep those 5 players alive because it leaves you so weak, so vulnerable. What a shot from Will Let It though. Kirby jumps through the air. Will Let It goes clay pigeon shooting.
I think he was very tempted to shoot that smoke canister.
Yeah.
He wanted to see what was going to happen. He's like, is it going to react to the bullet? Can I just shoot this smoke back? Oh, Rubino, that's an NA flash if I've ever seen one. Markelov only going to come away with the 1 frag. It's MSL and Rubino opening up the site, and they've got it to a 2-on-2. Blade and World Edit alive for FlipSid. Blade comes to the window. It's smoked off. It's World Edit. They may have to do the heavy lifting coming up from the sandbags. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's smoked off or not. Tensky's kind of just hiding out in the smoke. They've got to hear Blade moving forward. And they've actually backed off. You can see Rubino up in Monster. And Tensky pushes the smoke. Whoa. Kind of a risky play, but it will work out.
Man, what made that flash even better is Rubino was lining that up for ages.
Yeah, he really was.
It just lands off the wall and he face plants. Fortunately, though, for Dignitas, it didn't cost them anything. They will still charge through. We'll let it, though, is going to save the AWP, which is the smart play. Well, looking a bit sketchy for a couple seconds there for Dig. So if I line this flashbang up here, I've screwed it, guys.
The manager is probably behind him, like, yeah, right here on the screen. Right there. Although I'm not sure if Dignitas, did they all play just from their homes or what?
That's a good question I do not know the answer to.
I'm never sure of the state of all the teams.
Me neither. Because it seems that a lot of players are divided on whether the gaming houses work or not.
Seems like it could be detrimental, right? Like living with people sometimes
It,
sucks.
yeah, I could definitely see that being
like
the
config's
case.
not doing the dishes, and you're like, dude, like I know you're getting all these kills in game, but you got to clean the effing dishes or something. Just spitballing. Oh, rolled at it with a boost. He's gonna take down config.
Get dunked. Now he needs to try something different with this buy-up. You can see it's only World Edit. He is the power play. Kirby's going to walk right into this one. And World Edit can pull this off, you know. He's got players to his right-hand side as well that can hold down the fort, the B250s. And there's Markelov who connects the shot. 2-on-4. Around the Dignitas should never be losing. World Edit has gone down, though. And with his death goes the op. But Markelov is going to pick it up for himself. Now Tensky goes to town again. But look at this. He's got Bondik coming up from behind. Is he going to get shut down? Tensky must realize there's a very high chance that someone could be wrapping themselves around through connector or behind him. Cue the Jaws music here, Joey. This could be it.
I couldn't even go fast enough. Also, I think some viewer who is maybe paying more attention than we are might have called us out on that Rubino flash. Was it potentially to bounce off the wall and then drop right in front of the monster opening to flash anyone that was scoping down monster? Might have been the point of the flash, but he did also flash himself, so even still.
I watched it back on the stream. It did look like he derped it, to be fair.
Yeah, but
who knows?
Maybe it was so next level that we thought it was a derp.
Could be. He's ahead of his time, Joey.
Yes.
He's the Einstein of CS.
Oh
my goodness, World Edit. Where was this guy, Mirage?
I don't know. He wasn't there. Took him a little bit. Oh, but he's too slow. Should have probably moonwalked out of that situation instead of just turning the other way. But I guess he was also worried that they were coming through the main entrance of the bathrooms there. So he gets shot on the back. Bondic, oh, through the smoke. Kirby regretting now having tracers on that AK. Unfortunate. Gave himself away. Bondic just shoots one bullet through, and that's sometimes how it worked out. Thought for sure he was going to come away with that kill as Bondic was caught weapon switch, but nope.
Yeah, same. I guess you're kind of expecting in a 1 versus 4 that you're the guy remaining is going to channel his inner Stewie 2K and just push through the smoke, balls to the wall. Dignitas now, really surprisingly to me, are on the brink of defeat here on Overpass. So this is almost their last chance. 3 Tech 9s. We've seen what they're capable of doing with Tech 9s. They do definitely like to play aggressive today. You've seen them do it on Mirage a bunch of times. Seen them rush B multiple times as well. So it wouldn't surprise me with these Tech 9s if that's what's going to happen here.
Yo, Rubino cam, this is it. Look at that flash going over the wall. I think we figured it out. Here's Shara, though, not affected by it at all. Tensky somehow standing in that smoke. Shirley was smoke blind, comes away with the kill. Blade up on top of the plywood inside of the site, but it's Config MSL. Opening a can of whoop-ass there with their Tech 9s. And that's an NA Molly from World Edit. Heating up the situation. He's got to back off and go the other way. He'll group up with his partner in crime, Bondic, who, I mean, that is certainly a crime. He was fully flashed. Dignitas were using him, but it doesn't matter. He gets that headshot. And now it's all on Config, who will fall, and that puts FlipSid on match point.
Did you just drop some Stone Cold CEVO on me there, Joey? Open a kind of whoop-ass?
Was that, I thought, wasn't that not the Rock as well?
They both say it.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe it was Stone Cold. I'll admit to have not watched a whole lot of wrestling.
It's been a long time since I watched it, in fact. If we've got any diehard wrestling fans in chat, let us know. Was it The Rock or was it Stone Cold? Did they both say it? Because now I'm doubting myself. I'm surprised Dignitas let that round slip though, Joey. Even 2 and 2, you're expecting them to clutch that one. Here we go though. Potentially the last round of Overpass. Blade in connector. Lands the headshot, goes back in for seconds as well, but MSL will trade him out. Bondic goes down as well, so the Galil worth its weight in gold right now.
Never is.
We'll trade that across to the A4. Well, yeah, I think MSL realizes, like, cheers, mate, you got me 2 kills for the A4.
See ya!
He is super low, though, 1 HP.
The Galil's just like the rebound relationship, right? Like, as soon as you're ready to move on, you just throw it to the side and pick up something better.
Damn.
The FAMAS as well, but not quite as bad.
I actually really like the FAMAS.
Oh, pop flash through, and they will check left, but there's one on either side. What? And Dignitas getting stuck. It's up to Rubino now, 1 versus 3. I mean, he is kind of the clutch master on this team. And he's got the bomb. He's going to give him the jukes, but he's got a nade out. He spots one in the tunnels. That's Shara. Don't often see battles here with 40 seconds on the clock. So kind of a strange round. And, oh, landing in the water, of course. Rubino going to go ahead and plant the bomb up behind the sandbags. This could be unexpected. Look at him. I mean, the crosshair's on the plywood, right? That's where you expect to plant. Now Rubino, it's known, and he wins it. 2 headshots.
I'm going to straight up say that was some freaking genius play from Rubino. It was all the small things that made that clutch even more fantastic. The fact he faked going up the staircase to bait out the first player in that 1 versus 3 was sick. And then those 2 headshots. And as you say, planting in that position, you don't expect that. World Edit was looking over to the other side of the bomb site. And that afforded him the 2nd kill. Rubino, you absolute friggin' monster. A masterclass on how to AWP.
It pays to be Norwegian.
It does, apparently. It pays to be Norwegian. Next level. We said before he's like the Einstein of CS, so there you go. Before his time.
So we've got Blade working around some smokes here in the bathrooms. Trying to be just a nuisance, pretty much. But they'll run right by him. They've gone down the stairs. He should have that information, so Shara should know what's going on. He's going to peek into a ton of people, though. So he stood no chance. Kirby, first kill with that AK Config, 1 with the Tech 9, and it's actually Bondic, who peeks off of long. He was the 1 player in this round for FlipSid that had a rifle, and he finds a kill with it. But B-side being completely opened up. MSL just going on a rampage right now.
I do worry a bit for FlipSides. They are a bit of a tilty team at times, and I feel like that clutch from Ravina that should never happen. Like, take nothing away from Ravina, that was ridiculously sick. But FlipSid should not be giving that round up. I wonder if that's going to start to play in the back of their minds if we do get towards overtime here. Bondic just looking to try and save this weapon, maybe do a bit of damage to Dignitas as well, but there's no hope of him clutching this round. When they go down to 12, he will fall. And, well, just delaying the inevitable, because Tensky is there, and surely they're going to peek him any second now. There we go. No weapon save today for you, sir. FlipSid now have 2 rounds to get it done. Decent enough fight here, though.
The overtime is real spam coming out already from the chat. But still, yeah, a good round coming out for FlipSid. Up on World Edit, and he has been pretty electric so far on this map. What was his KD? 27 and 20? Sorry, that's Markelov, but he started off very, very strong. World Edit, once he got that up, he's 25 and 19.
Yeah. And the thing that doesn't necessarily tell in the statistics is how many impact kills he's got. He's got a lot of first kills, or at least defending the site from that original and initial charge. He's the kind of guy that has been holding down some serious kills. Well, that's just been consistent. Between the two of them, they've got, what, like 52 kills, I think? That's pretty ridiculous.
That's too much math to do live on stream. As Config gonna hit the jump the first time, go up onto the flowers, but not gonna see anyone. No one really vying too hard for that long control. It's just 2 players in A right now, Bondic as well as Blade. And it looks like the rotation is coming, and then here comes the charge through the smoke at long A.
Bondic!
Oh, wow. Bondic just goes straight through it. It's causing so much confusion. Blade capitalizes on that with the FAMAS coming away with 2 kills. That brings down Config and MSL. It's up onto Tensky and Rabino. Rabino, that Clutchmeister. Can he do it again? He finds 1. He finds 2. But there are 3 more to go. Tensky cannot help him. He's been opted out of the map by World Edit. World Edit taking out Rabino as well. FlipSid went overpass. It was their pick. They'll take it 16 to 13.
Markelov with another huge performance alongside World Edit, and if one of those two doesn't step up, that is, quite simply put, a 2-0 with Dignitas booking their way to London at the end of the month. But as it stands, we go to Inferno, but we talked about this before. Joey, Inferno, it makes for rough reading for FlipSid. 1-10 are their stats. 1 win, 10 losses.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And you can see there, I was saying before how many first kills World Edit by himself, 7. Markelov finished with 27 and 20 and got 0 first kills. That shows how dominant he was in
what a baiter.
Mid-rounds.
I mean, what a dominant player. Sorry.
What a baiter. He has 8 assists in fairness, though, to him.
All right,
2
so he was
4Ks,
helping
3Ks.
out. Positive baiting. That's really the key, right? Anyways, map 3 coming up. It could just be, you know, a nightmare pretty much for FlipSid. But we'll see, man. Maybe they can do it. They're called FlipSid Tactics, not FlipSid Statistics. They don't care what the numbers say. And with
Nice.
that, you're watching CEVO GFINITY Season 9 Pro League. You can follow up the channel here, twitch.tv/playcevo. I'm Helium. You can get me on Twitter at HeliumBrella. Vince here at Metuz TV. And I'm doing a giveaway, so it could be worth your time checking it out. Also, our cameraman wanted to know where to eat after. Look at that. Okay, no one saw that, but that chicken was running very fast. Cameraman wanted to know where to eat after this best of 3. So if you guys want to spam your suggestions in Twitch chat, he will appreciate it. We'll be back. Stay tuned.